I just want to say personally, if there was ever a poster child for shutting your mouth, Alec Baldwin should be that kid.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I got something to say about this.
Go ahead, Tim.
That's fucking bullshit. That is fucking. But you didn't touch the trigger at all, and it just went off.
I have some ideas about it.
Never heard of a gun doing that.
Yeah, I don't think they work like that.
Never. Okay. You got a musket, motherfucker? That what you was working with? Even those wouldn't go off by itself. You had to do something, drop it. You had to improperly touch the trigger or something.
I'm just of the opinion that Alec Baldwin's lawyer should be pleading with him to just shut his mouth.
Man.
You know how much money is on the line?
And that's the fucked up part. Most of America is really already on your side. We understand you didn't cold-heartedly shoot somebody. We understand it wasn't exactly your fault because you wasn't the person over the guns and shit. We already know about that whole situation. So why you gotta come out here with bullshit? Just keep it real. Just keep it fucking real.
This man is in a movie expecting to hold his gun, do his scene, and go about it. You're gonna go on national TV and say, okay, I didn't pull the trigger. I just want to let you know, well, you goddamn did something because that woman is the fucking door now.
I heard a lot about the situation, and I'm going with the theory of the person on set who was supposed to be handling guns, they were not the right person. In fact, they told the other people, hey, I don't want to take this job because I don't feel like I'm the right person for this job. But because they had a little issue with money and production, all this shit, they was like, no, just stay. In between while they was working on the shots, they had live bullets in there, taking shots in the back. That's how a live bullet got in that motherfucker. Because they had no real person on set. So it's her fault technically, but it's the production team's fault for not allowing her to quit when she said she wanted to quit. It's her fault for staying. Yeah, she said she didn't feel comfortable doing the job. That was on record.
Damn.
But I believe they didn't have the money to be going to find other people or whatever the situation with the money was. So they decided to keep her. And while they still kept her, she allowed the same gun to be used while they're cutting scenes to be used as targeting practice. So they had live bullets in the shooting at cans or whatever the fuck they're shooting at. And then they want to go back and put blanks in it and do live shooting, which I'm sure was totally against protocol, but she didn't know. She wasn't properly trained for that position. She had no business having that position.
I can't speak for everybody and say that, we've all held guns. I know that I've weapons trained extensively, right? So the first thing that you do when you get a weapon is you check it. You treat any weapon like it's live. And if I'm on the range, you got people side by side next to you and everybody's shooting you in a lane, you in a lane, you in a lane, right? And so all of a sudden, if you're handling your weapon, you got your weapon either pointed like this downrange or you got to point it down at the ground, right? Like this, right?
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, the very first thing you do, if somebody turns towards you and points the weapon towards you, you don't point that at me. Oh, it's a cold gun. I don't give a shit what you said.
I believe they all thought it was a cold gun, but I think it's more of a situation where they probably had a bullet in it and put a blank in it at the same time, and that's what caused it to malfunction and hurt the old buddy as well.
It was probably like Brandon Lee, where they had
the Crow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing though. There's a difference though. The young lady from the Alec Baldwin set was killed with a real bullet. Brandon Lee was killed with a squib. They still have the ability to kill. It was determined when they did his autopsy that the squib malfunction hit him. He survived a couple of minutes, but bled out there. He died.
Yeah.
So
they pretty much in the Brandon Lee situation, the blank was stuck in the barrel, and then when they shot the other blank, the first blank came out, and it had enough force.
Yeah, to be a projectile. But I don't think that was the case. She got killed with a real bullet. I believe they thought they cleared the gun and put a blank in there for the scene or whatever they was gonna do. It didn't end up shooting the real bullet through the blank. That's why it had that kind of effect. And
So,
two people seriously hurt. One
you know,
person died.
This whole situation goes on, and I'm appalled somebody died from the weapon. I'm also appalled that Alec Baldwin, regardless of however he feels, like if I was his lawyer, I wouldn't let him go on TV, although it might be a smart move because, you know, he's essentially polluting the potential jewelry pool.
I say get on TV and be honest. Don't hit him with this bullshit. We know what's up, man. Just be real.
What do you think he should say?
That I didn't know. I thought there was a blank in there and it was an accident. Of course you pulled the trigger. But I'm sure you didn't pull the trigger thinking that you would kill her. I'm absolutely sure of that. No matter what anybody say, you can't say that you look at Alec Baldwin and you see murder in his eye. All right. He is. I don't know him personally, but I would say he at least is a decent enough person. He worked with plenty of people. Nobody has any bad thing ever said anything about him, from Tracy Morgan to anybody else. They all love him.
Except the paparazzi. You hate them bastards.
Of course, fuck the paparazzi. I understand that, but when it comes to actors who actually work with him, everybody loves him. So I don't think he shot her out of malice, but he was given a loaded gun that he didn't know was loaded. And he was doing what he was supposed to do. You can't fault him on that sense. Now, does he have some liability because he connected with production? Production is the one who allowed this girl to be on. That's a different story. But the act of doing it, we all know that was an accident.
For the people who are watching on YouTube and for the people that's listening, you know, we got one of the articles up about it from NPR. And Alec Baldwin's statement goes like this: I cocked the gun. I go, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? He added, and then he let the hammer go and the gun goes off. And the very first thing to me is, I don't know if too many people know this about these old school Colt pistols. You can cock the hammer back, and if it strikes that bullet, you don't have to pull the trigger. You can just, nobody remembers the old school westerns where you just hitting the hammer and not the trigger.
That's exactly what he did.
And so that's why I say it's dumb for him to be on TV, because he just pretty much admitted, I didn't shoot her. I didn't pull the trigger. You didn't have to pull the trigger, stupid. You were just
did something. You killed her though.
Yeah, damn straight he did.
Go ahead and get your teardrop tattoo right there on your eye. I would respect the fuck out that shit.
Boss baby got a body.
For real.
So Scribe, you got anything you want to say to wrap up your thoughts on this?
I ain't really got too much to say. I know it was an unfortunate incident. Don't know if it.
By the way, nobody here is not making fun of this young lady that passed away. Just want to make sure you say that.
I don't know that. I don't know. The jury's still out on whether or not it was an accident. Because like I said, I've been watching a lot of Law and Order. It's kind of how these episodes start. That's kind of how these episodes start.
Yeah, I don't think Alec Baldwin meant to kill her. Maybe somebody else loaded the gun or something like that. It was some sort of shit like they don't hit me. But I don't think Alec Baldwin meant to kill her.
See, that's why.
The only thing I gotta say about it to finish off.
Go ahead. One of y'all.
I was gonna say is, I hope that everybody said that it was a little bit of stuff going on that morning, right? So I hope it wasn't one of those situations where somebody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be spiteful and just leave this damn bullet in the gun." And I hope it's not something like that comes out later on, like, "Oh, we just wanted to ruin Alec Baldwin's day." Well, you ruined a lot of fucking people's day if you did something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Let's see this would tie back to the first topic with the parents. Like what if Alec Baldwin was the gun? Maybe he was the murder weapon. Maybe somebody loaded a real bullet into that gun, hoping that as soon as he start playing with it, he hits the woman. Maybe she was sought up to get killed by Alec Baldwin.
Or maybe she was the target.
Yeah, because it also hit the director of the movie in the shoulder.
Maybe you put it like that. It could have been they thought he was gonna do something else, but he ended up doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, the only conspiracy theory I can think of, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna ruin his day," thinking that he was gonna point it somewhere, wasn't gonna hit anybody, go off and scare the shit out of him, and that's it. But
that's too deep almost. I feel like Occam's Razor and this shit where it was all an accident and ill training, not being prepared type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that's more likely what it was, but we could throw out these theories for now until the truth comes out.
So I got a question for y'all. I was going to talk about the Great Resignation Streak.